So a lot has happened in the past couple weeks, and I couldn't quite get you guys an update on it because anytime I tried to update, I either got busy or the updates kept getting eaten up by Blogger. So I figured I'd just do kind of like an off the cuff video to, before I go to bed to kind of catch you guys up on what's been going on. So first, I guess I'll start at the beginning of where kind of my radio silence went because after Anime EY, I went to Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged. I spent a few days in Philly, geeking out about tabletop games. At the underscore ozone or Owen, aka at the underscore ozone, was kind enough to let me crash in his place, and Xander Vander was there too. Both awesome people, and yeah, we just kind of hung out in Philly for a couple days, and it's definitely a lot more chill than a PAX East or, what I imagine one of the more mainstream PAXs to be, since it's mostly tabletop games and there's not a lot of big presences there. It's not like there's big games that you're going to be waiting in line for like an hour or something for. But I just figured I'd kind of go over a couple of things I saw while I was there. First and foremost, I got hold on. There you go. I got this neat little dice bag and a set of dice for like $8. So there's this place, Jim's Dice Shop, I want to say. So yeah, these are just old ones, but yeah, cool looking little polyhedral guys right there. Let me just show those to the camera. And a neat little sack with the velvet lining. Let me just show you the inside there. I actually started a campaign with another internet friend of mine, Lucaire, aka Coltreg. We are doing a RPG Dungeons and Dragons podcast called the RPG Pals Club. That's another thing I've been busy with, editing those episodes. So that's also been eating up a lot of my time. But you'll be the first. You guys will be the first to know as soon as all of those come out. It's going to be quite a fun time. I'm going to go more into that later. But one thing I noticed at PAX Unplugged is they'll make a game about anything. Like Super Hot had its own game. Big Trouble in Little China had its own game. I'm sure if I walk around, there's plenty of like long forgotten franchises that are like, yeah, let's make a tabletop game out of this. And everything there was like either $20 or $80. There's no really in between. But there were a couple good backpack games there. I'm just going to highlight like three of them that I kind of got into while I was at PAX Unplugged. All right, number one is Thrash Pandas. This is a push your luck dice game where I have this little die hold on, let me just bust this out a little bit. I'm just going to tilt it so you can look over my keyboard here. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So it's kind of my desk in such shitty shape. So this game, push your luck dice game, you have a little die here that has all these kinds of symbols on it. They do different things, and you basically keep rolling until either you feel like you want to stop, because if you roll the same symbol twice, then you bust out and you get draw a card, and turn goes to the next player. However, there are certain cards you can play that allow you to re-roll, like, let's see. Like this one, Blammo Cola, you can re-roll your previous roll. This one is you can ignore your last roll and stop. And it mostly involves like stashing away pieces of your raccoons, stashing away pieces of trash, and whoever gets the most points wins. It's a very fun risk reward type game. Let me just put this crap away. So another game, and this was really fun because there we go. Let me just adjust it. And this was really fun because on Sunday I was helped out with the League of Heels event. So League of Heels, if you don't know, is basically a fake wrestling league held by all kinds of video game designers and journalists and stuff like that, and comedy people with a Pat Bear, and they just play some wrestling games and have a whole lot of fun. The game they played, I got this at PAX East, and I try to bring it at every party I go to, Smack Talk Showdown. It is a wrestling game. It is a game where the object is to just cut promos on your friends, and whoever has the best promo wins. So it's kind of like Fun Employed, if you've ever played that, or a version of Cards Against Humanity where you actually have to be funny. So let me just bust this out again, and the unreliable computer webcam and my crappy desk. So let me just crack open the box here. get the rules card. Hopefully they fix this error. So at the beginning, each player takes a name card. So you get a teal one over here and a dark blue one. These are your name cards. So I'm just going to flip them over here. That one's a blank, actually. I fucked that up. I should probably get a new one. All right, here we go. So I am the Strong Rascal, and that is my character name. That is who I'm going to cut the promo as. Then one player called the promoter, and you take turns. It's like whoever has the black card in Cards Against Humanity will get what's known as a segment card. Hopefully in future printings they resolve this a little bit better. It actually looks kind of clear on the webcam right now. Let me just make sure everything's recording. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. All right. And then you have a segment. This one. So you're given a city, Candled Chaos in El Paso, Texas. The wrestlers are fighting in a Halloween-themed pay-per-view. Their promo must be Halloween-themed. And, you go back and forth. That just gives you kind of the boundaries to work within. And then, last but not least, there are smack cards. You play these to either make your promo funnier. You can play them on your opponent to screw them up, or the promoter can just play them on you to liven things up. And there's stuff like the King of Style. The speaker must boast about their superior wrestling style. This one is STS Yoga. The speaker must do yoga poses during their promo. And one more. Superior selfie. Each wrestler must take a selfie. Best selfie wins the segment. So it's a really good party game. I got it for $20 at PAX East. And it is a good time, especially if your friends are acting type people and you want something more fun and interactive than, Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples or one of them, or Fun Employed. Fun Employed is also pretty good. I played that at PAX East. That was a good one. And last but not least, so I've been down here in Florida for like 5 years, and the frequency with which me and my family move has increased exponentially the longer we've stayed here. So, but the good thing is it's always like a fresh change of scenery and kind of me sorting through what I should keep, what I should stop over, because you can see like my poster wall back here, I've had a pretty big collection, but it's just kind of encouraged me to go back and, pick out ones I really want. So I've lost one of my favorite games to bust out, and these are all like what I like to call backpack games. So they're games that you can just slip in a backpack and you're good. So last but not least is Boss Monster. Chances are you've probably heard of this before. It is a card game where you play as like a video game boss in an old school RPG dungeon. And the object of the game is to lure heroes, to kill them with all the various monster rooms and trap rooms you set up. I got a couple of the expansions and all that other stuff while I was there on the cheap. So I'm slowly but surely replacing my collection. So that was fun. And that was PAX Unplugged. I definitely go again, especially because lodging was not that expensive. Philadelphia is a very walkable city, especially in November. It's not that cold. Wasn't that cold. And plus, lots of good food. I've tried crab fries and Philly. He treated me to an authentic Philly cheesesteak. So that was, So PAX Unplugged was a really good weekend. And not that expensive. Like a 3-day pass would cost you about the same as a full weekend pass, like a full con pass or 1 day rather for PAX East. So I'm really glad that happened. And now, bragging about me, the Rhythm Bastard, my music shit. The thing most of you are probably here for, I had a concert at Holiday Matsuri. I only went there on Saturday and I didn't see too much. The only panel I actually saw was Manly Stanley Stampai. He did his Gachimuchi panel, which is the best way to describe what Gachimuchi is.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry. What?
And then he was kind enough to help me out and stick around for my concert, which actually went well. My concert could not have gone better. The downside is that they kept me in this back room. And now it wasn't quite a back room. It was that there's a lot of panels going on at Holiday Matsuri. There's like they take place in different, rooms of the hotel. But the one I was in was like in this back hallway. So you have to go down one hallway and then you have to go down a back hallway. I posted about it on my Instagram if you want to check all that out. But it was kind of far and out of the way, so I kind of had to like be there and draw people toward there. Um, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, Holiday Matsuri is always a great convention. It's that usually it's one of the cons that I end up kind of doing fly by night, and it's and parking. It's the parking situation is steadily getting worse, but I was able to park at a place that was reasonable walking distance, and I just ate most of my shit at the 7-Eleven and pizza places that were on my walk back. So it wasn't bad, but a lot of people are getting concerned, and it's like the one buzzkill. It's like, oh man, Holiday Matsu, I'm going to see all these people. It's going to be the big concert, there's all these guests, and this big thing. It's awesome. And then it's like, oh fuck, I have to go through this nightmare fucking parking. But that was kind of easily resolved. And again, that does seem like the thing they're working on. So hopefully that, knock on wood, future cons go better. And my concert could not have gone better. I know shout outs to Geek Tank. They shot some of the video. I got some of it back. The sound isn't that good, but there are a couple parts that are really usable, particularly the intro. And I've been doing it this year, and I find it like kind of helps get people involved in the show a little bit more, is that I do a dumb intro dance thing. So like I'll start playing, some, because I like to have pre-show hype music to kind of draw the crowd in while I set up the rest of my stuff. But usually I have one track that plays. I'll leave the room for a minute. Then Jonesy Spencerson, who is in official Rhythm Bastard canon in more ways than one, does like a little special announcement, and here comes the Rhythm Bastard. And then I do like a little thing or a little song and dance to the intro. And for Holiday Matsuri, and I'm doing this again. So if you were there at the concert or you're there watching this video and Holiday Matsuri has me back, we're doing this. I did the intro to, okay, so I'm a huge fan of Mega 64, and one of my favorite videos of theirs is Aggressive Caroling. And it's them singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but it's the CKY version. So what they'll do is it starts out as, you better not pout, you better not cry, you better not blah, I'm telling you why. And then like the beat drops and it just becomes this like doom metal, because I'm gonna kill you. And then in the Mega 64 video, they just start wailing on each other and just opening up this big mosh pit. And I did something similar because less people were in on the joke, and by less people I mean it was just me. Like I threw a chair at a guy and I was kind of worried that I like scared him too much, but he seemed to be in it to it, and he stuck the whole way through. So that was a really good con. That for stuff I actually bought at Holiday Matsuri. Let me just make sure I got these organized here. So this is a very dapper looking squid man. Hold on, let me just, very, very sophisticated looking cryptid over here. And he is done by Robert Schilling, a concept artist and illustrator. You can get at shillingconcepts.com.artstation. He's done a lot of concept work and stuff before, primarily for mobile games, but this was one of his original pieces that, I just thought looked kind of neat, and I'll put it up on the wall of posters back here. So next time I stream, you guys are going to see that. And this one is from, now this guy had a lot of good ones, and I actually started following him on Twitter, which is how I knew he was going to be at Hallmat. Janelle Jumalan. Janelle Jumalan. I'm probably fucking up the pronunciation of that so hard right now, but that is his card, JanelleJumalan.com. And him, I got this My Hero Academia Overwatch. Two things I still need to get back to combined, but Junkrat is my favorite trash boy, and Bakugo is my favorite angry boy with zero chill. So that's also going up on the wall. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, that's just kind of how, that was kind of where I've been the past couple of weeks, mostly just attending cons. And after Holiday Matsuri, I spent a lot of time preparing for Christmas and Christmas Eve and all of that. So it's not that I'm not doing anything. It's just that it's kind of a dead time for me right now after Holiday Matsuri. God, Holiday Matsuri is such a good show. So that's it from me. I am still working on Patreon stuff. I'm just going to work on it a little bit. And yeah, so patrons this month are getting actually 2 songs. One is a track about Reaper from Overwatch. Titles I usually find out at the last minute. It's inspired by Reaper from Overwatch. It sounds kind of like the Misfits meets Ghost, so that's something to look forward to. And also, since it's my 10th anniversary of like doing music and stuff coming up, or it was this past October, but I'm starting to put together like kind of a best of my first 10 years of music thing. I'm re-recording a couple older tracks. You are getting Past the Class. It is a track I don't play live too often. Off of Dino Hunter MD, the soundtrack, I usually play like Hell Yeah and Cliffhanger more, but it's still a really fun track, and I figure, it's the one I did the music video of with David and the guys from Cannibal Troll, so that's also getting a re-record. So definitely more stuff is coming up for me in the next couple months. I just kind of needed some time to sort out a better through fare, or do a better plan for it all. So hopefully you're going to be seeing a lot more from me in the coming year. And probably the next video I'm going to do is for my State of the Bastard address. Hopefully I do a lot planned for that. And there is a Q&A video. So I'm going through a lot right here, and I'm going to try to rush through editing this all together. But hey, thanks for watching. Later.